I have an encouraging word for you today. The word of life. In fact, I want you to listen to me very well. There is something that most people don't like to hear. They don't regard it as an important part of their spiritual life. There is this area, we call it restitution. If I may define a restitution, is the process whereby you restore whatever you stole, taking back whatever you got to the rightful owner. If we read the Bible in Luke chapter 19, verses number 3, there is an issue of Zacchaeus. There was a time whereby Jesus visited Zacchaeus' home. As they're in the house, Zacchaeus stood up. He was like, Lord, I will pay back, or I will give double as much of what I possess to the poor. And I'll give back whatever I cheated someone. This very statement that Zacchaeus was actually telling Jesus and the rest was a confession of restoration of what he cheated. But then Jesus simply said, salvation has come in this house today. My brother, you need restitution in your salvation. Lady, you have confessed that Lord is Savior with your mouth, as the Bible says in Romans chapter 10, verse 9 to 10, that when you confess with your mouth that Jesus is the Lord, you'll be saved. But there's another step that you need to take. This is the step of restitution. Go and pay back whatever you took from someone. That thing you are possessing does not belong to you. Once you die today, you will never see God unless you give it back to the rightful owner. A stolen shirt remains a stolen shirt forever, even if it has taken many years. But a stolen shirt remains a stolen shirt. It does not belong to you. What did you take away from someone? That thing, you are keeping it, will take you to hell. Even if you're a church elder, you're an apostle, you're a prophet, you're a man of God in general, but you're keeping someone's property, you'll never see God, simply because that thing you are keeping it is not yours. It belongs to someone. This is what we call restitution. You're keeping money. You ran away from a certain area to another area, running away from the owner, running away to pay back the money. My brother, listen. Heaven records are intact for you. Someone can forget, but heaven does not forget. Did you steal a child? Go back to the owner and give that child to him or her. Did you take the money from your working place? Go and pay back the money before that day comes. I mean the day of the Lord upon your life. Do restitution before it's too late. Is it 20 kwacha? Is it $1? Is it a pound that you took from someone? My brother, go and pay back. Don't deceive yourself that confession of my weights on my ribs, I'm completely saved. There is another step that you need to take, my brother. There is another step. Yes, the Lord forgives, but there are some other sins that you will be forgiven until you pay back or you restore what you took from someone. Failure that, you'll never be forgiven. In the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, I think from the verses 14, the Bible says, if you obey the law of this of the Bible, you live righteously, you stop sinning, and restore whatever you took from someone. You restore the loan that you took, you will be saved. You will have life. So you can imagine that. The Bible is talking about restoring in Ezekiel 33. Read it for yourself. You'll never see God. This is the most important part in salvation. Most of the people, they actually skip this very particular process. They skip, they don't believe in restoration. They don't believe in restitution. They think it's just someone is just talking about, the Bible is talking about, go and pay back whatever you took. Is it at the working place? You took money, you actually misplaced files so that your boss must not trace you. You were involved in bribery. There are so many things. You're keeping someone's bottle, you're keeping someone's plate, you're keeping someone's spoon. You will never see God until you take back those things that they don't belong to you. That is what God's salvation. It's all about acting, doing what is necessary, doing what the law requires. If you don't do that, you'll never see God. Don't say that you do not hear this. You know what you took from your working place. You know it. I'm talking to you. You know it. Perhaps you had an intercourse with someone. You did it without the knowledge of your wife, without the knowledge of your husband. Go and confess. Tell your husband plainly, my wife, my husband, I committed sex one day. In your absentia, I committed sex. Confess it. Forgive me. If you find it difficult that you'll not be welcomed by your husband or wife, you better pray and fast to seek for God's guidance on the matter.